Hi YouTube, so I just want to talk about the things that I regret buying for Lily. Though to be honest, we didn't really buy that much for her. Though there are a few things that we did buy that wish we hadn't. And yeah, these are a few of them. So first one is the Mam hand pump. I've said in other videos that I bought a couple of hand pumps to try out, and yeah, it's too stiff and it doesn't really do anything. Like, I think I got maybe an ounce out. It's just too much effort basically. But I do have one other hand pump, the Land Snow one, and that's brilliant. Basically just as good as the electric one I've got, if not better actually. Yeah, so the Mam hand pump, would not recommend. Not this one at least. I know there's a newer version. Yeah, wish I hadn't bought this, but to be fair, I only paid like a £5 for it, so. And the second thing is all these different brands and types of dummies. So we've tried, this is the one that she had when she was born, and she loves this one. And it, like, we thought, oh, she must just like dummies, so we got her some spare ones. The Avant one we had before she was born, and she has these Nook ones, and we got her these other Mam ones because they looked like they were basically the same, but she hates them all. The only ones she likes are the ones that are exactly these exact ones. So we had to get her the same ones again, and because I wanted it to attach to a turtle, I had to get an adapter for it. I was basically on the hunt for a dummy that had a handle, like these have a handle, but she doesn't like them. She also will only, we've tried her with the Land Snow bottle teats, and she doesn't like them. She only likes the Mam bottles. Don't you? Yeah. So yeah, we're just sticking with the Mam teats and the Land Snow pumps basically. Yeah, I'm gonna think of some other stuff and then come back. Another newborn item that I regret getting wasn't actually for Lily, it was for Heather. When we had Heather, we were living in a top floor flat. Which floor was it? Ground. It was second floor flat. And we didn't have a car, so we got the Duna car seat so that we could take taxis if we needed to and not have a big clunky travel system to have to take in and out of the boot of the taxi. It was a big help, like with her early days, like, you know, all the midwife appointments, hospital trips, bringing her home from the hospital in the first place. But I couldn't carry it myself for quite a while post C-section, because I had a C-section with both my kids. So when we, well, Heather grew out of it quite quickly because she's really lanky. She was about 9 months when she grew out of it. She just couldn't comfortably fit her feet in it. It just didn't look very comfortable at all. So we got her the Joey Every Stage car seat, and yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, so we sold that because we knew that we didn't want to use it with our next kid. Whether we were still at that flat or not, which we were not, obviously, because we moved here when Heather was, she'd just turned 1. Yeah, I'm glad I sold that. I mean, we didn't actually buy it ourselves. Matt's mum got us the doona, and all the accessories to go with it, like the rain cover and the day bag. And yeah, for what it is, it's good, but it's so heavy and it's just not it's not convenient for, you know, a dainty little person like me who had just had a C-section. I had to have Matt with me at all times while I was using it anyway. What are you doing? So, yeah, I wouldn't have got it again. We didn't even get that many taxis, to be fair, anyway. So once we had we ended up getting a little pink Mothercare Jive stroller, and that was much better for when we were in the flat because it was lighter to carry up the stairs. So I'd take Heather out of it at the bottom and carry them both individually to the top. It was a lot easier, and I had a backpack nappy bag anyway, the same one I've got now. So yeah, that was much easier than carrying the car seat up with the baby in it. And now we've got the Joey travel system, which is much better. I mean, we just keep the car seat part in the car, we don't ever take it out. We just use the seat in the pushchair as the pushchair. So yeah, yeah. So the doona car seat / pushchair, wouldn't get it again. So one more recent baby regret was buying the LV pump. I got it because I thought it'd be, you know, so convenient to be able to pump and not be hands-on with it and not have to be attached to the wall, you know, with having a preschooler and a newborn. It just seemed to make sense to get one. But there's just so many like troubleshooting issues with it. Like, you've got to make sure you've got the right, I mean, you've got to make sure you've got the right size shield with any breast pump, but with the LV, it's like, if you don't have the right size shield or flange or whatever you want to call it, it just won't work at all. Like, I also got the Lansnow electric pump in the Aldi sale, and I got that because the Lansnow hand pump was working so fantastically, and the Lansnow electric one works just as well. think the hand pump's probably a little bit better actually, but it works better. The electric land snow pump works a lot better than the LV pump. And I don't know what it is, but clearly it's the pump, not me. Because I have tried 2 different flange sizes with the land snow pump, and got a decent output both times. It seems to just be the LV pump. Sorry, my neighbours are up to something next door. It sounds, I don't know, like they're digging through the bloody wall or something. So yeah, so I thought I'd be the 28 because I think that's what I was using with the land snow one, but I wasn't getting anything really, like a couple of dribbles, so I switched to the 24, but I don't know, I think I've changed a bit or something, and I think I need the 21s. I might have to try them. Yeah, I mean, I spent all that money on it, I might as well play around a bit before giving in. But I've had a lot of troubleshooting going on between me and LV. They have been fantastic, to be honest. Their customer service is really good. The only issue I have with them, of course, is that they will not allow me to have a refund, because I'm not happy with it. You shouldn't have to fiddle with it so much, and it's not silent for one, which is the whole, like, the main selling point of it is that it's supposed to be silent, and it really is not silent at all. Also, I've had it replaced like twice, because the first hub that I had, like the actual bit that powers it, it was clicking anytime it went higher than like a 3 setting. So there's like 7 settings, and if it was anything higher than 3, it was clicking. And then the second one, the second hub I got, was losing suction, like after 5 minutes. It was getting under the ceiling disc really quickly, even if it was on like a setting 2 or even a 1 sometimes. And the most recent one is usually alright. I've not really had any issues with it. It's still just not getting that output though. So I think I need to try the smallest shield, and see how that goes. But I don't think you should have to troubleshoot a pump this much. Like, people like on the Facebook page, they have to use cushions or inserts or the paper towel trick, and some people are bypassing the whole paper towel by putting command strips on their pumps. And I just, for a pump that costs so much money, it just seems ridiculous. I mean, I will try the 21mm at some point and see how that goes. But the fact that it's had to be replaced twice, I've had my parts replaced at least twice, and yeah, I wouldn't, in hindsight, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have just got the Lansnow electric and the Lansnow hand pump. Not bothered with the Mam hand pump either. I would have just gotten the Hacker knockoffs that I have. I probably wouldn't have gotten the Curve. Though the Curve, I think, will be great for when you know, COVID's over and we're able to get out more. I can put the LV Curve in my bra while feeding her on the other side and not need to have my other side out. Whereas if I was using the Hacker knockoffs, I'd obviously have to have my whole bra boob system out. Both my boobs out, basically. So yeah, it's just, yeah. But yeah, I would not get the LV in hindsight. Someone said that they're getting better output with the Willow, but I don't think you can get that in the UK, and I'm not going through the whole. Someone was on about setting up a personal address in the US so that you can ship to there and then ship to yourself. But that just seems a bit, I don't know. I'm just a bit skeptical of stuff. Anyway. So another thing I regret getting for either of my babies was Lily's healthcare set. We got her the Boots own brand healthcare set, and it's just not very good. The scissors don't work and are frankly dangerous for a newborn finger. Like, I felt like I was gonna cut her when I first used them, so they're, you know, not being used now, and I just use Heather's nail set scissors on both kids because they function and are actually decent. The hairbrush is a bit more rough than the one in Heather's set as well. Everything else is fine. The nail files are really good, but yeah, just for the fact that the nail scissors just seem kind of dangerous for a newborn, and they didn't even really work on my fingernails either. So yeah, I would just recommend the Tommy Tippy one. If you're going to get a healthcare set for your baby, just get the Tommy Tippy one. It works brilliantly. I don't know why I didn't get it again. I think I just wanted them to have like different healthcare sets so you could tell them apart, but I mean, yeah, it's not really necessary. I wish I'd just got Lily the Tommy Tippy one. Yeah, I'll have to replace the scissors at some point. Yeah. Also, you don't get a thermometer in it, so better off with the Tommy Tippy one. Yeah. Okay, so some other things that I regret getting for either of my children when they were babies was just various different slings and carriers without doing research. When Heather was a baby, I didn't research into like safe carrying, safe baby wearing. I just thought a carrier is a carrier, but it's not. I can't remember exactly what they stand for, but it's TICKS, TICS, and it's basically guidelines on how to carry your baby safely. They've got to be close enough to touch, to kiss, I mean. So you want their head like here so you can kiss the top of their head, and various other safety guidelines. I wish I had researched into it more, so that I knew what best carrier to buy, and then I would have just gotten the Baby Peter and the Ergo Baby original first, because they have been brilliant, and we're using them now with Lily and they're still brilliant. They've got plenty more use in them, but before I knew about ticks, I bought I bought 2 before I knew about ticks and then 1 after, but it wasn't very good. So the first one I got, well, one of the first ones, is this thing, which is supposed to go over like that, and then you put the baby in there, and it's the wrong way around, because like that, and it's got like a seat belt in there, that you're supposed to strap the baby into, but it's not safe because the baby would be like that in the sling. They're gonna be all like killed over, and they could get asphyxiated, because they wouldn't have enough of a clear airway to be able to breathe. So yeah, this is not safe at all for babies. I've actually since seen it advertised as a dog carrier, so that shows that you shouldn't be using it for children. It does have a safety lock on the buckle, which is something, but no, it's really not safe. And I was made aware of that by a close family friend who we actually lived next door to when I was younger. But yeah, the other carrier I bought before Heather was born was the Red Kite carrier from Asda, which was advertised as like ergonomic and stuff, but when I found out about ticks, you're supposed to have their legs in an M shape, because that's the best position for their hips, for like development purposes. And yeah, it didn't do that. It just sort of had them dangling like that. Also, it was too big on me, so it was really loose, which is another factor in ticks. You can't have it too loose, because then they could like slump and again get asphyxiated. So yeah, also the closer they are to you, it regulates their breathing and regulates their body temperature as well, especially from a young age. When they're newborn, they can't regulate their own breathing and temperature and everything. They basically learn to do it from you without knowing. And then when I learned about ticks, I was looking for cheap carriers, because we were a bit strapped for cash, but I ended up spending more than I wanted to anyway, because I had to buy all these different ones. And I did get my money back from this one, but basically this is the only bit I have left of it, because the other part got thrown away because I was, you know, so annoyed. It was it ripped on like the first use. I got my money back for it, but the other part, this goes around there, and then the other bit was like a back support, and it clipped all around. and attached. It went over my shoulders and clipped to itself under here, and then the baby. But she was always leant too far forward in it, and as I said, it ripped on the first use. I'll see if I can find the Amazon link to the exact one. I mean, this is pretty safe anyway because it has a clip and Velcro, so you could use this bit as a hip seat. It's just a basic hip seat. But the actual carrier itself wasn't good. I mean, it did follow most of Tick's. It was just at the belly area it's too loose because this seat is a bit deep for small babies and a bit too sloping for taller babies. Like, it slopes up quite a lot. And then I heard about stretchy wraps and the Ergo Baby carriers, like structured carriers, soft gel ones, and I wanted to try them both and I fell in love. But yeah, do your research on carriers before you buy any. Okay, the next thing I regret buying is this dummy sterilizer, travel sterilizer. Basically, you're supposed to wet these sponges with sterilising solution, these mini sterilising tablets, and then you put the dummy in there and it sterilises it in 15 minutes once it's got the solution in it and stuff, and you can clip it to the buggy. Seems like a brilliant idea, except for the fact that we are in COVID and haven't really been many places, especially not long enough for her to, you know, drop a dummy, because she doesn't use a dummy that much, to be honest. So it hasn't been needed at all, and frankly we always carry at least one spare dummy in the nappy bag anyway, so we even if COVID wasn't happening and we were going to baby groups and to the park, well, we can still go to the park, we do go to the park, but you know what I mean, if we were having massive days out all the time, for longer than like an hour or two, we would still be fine, because I've got two spare sterilised dummies in the napper bag, so I wouldn't use these. I could just wash and sterilise them when I get home if she happens to dirty any. So that was completely pointless. But I haven't used it, so I can sell it on. The next thing is swimming costumes and swimming nappies. We already had 2 swimming nappies for Heather, and I was going to use like one for Heather and one for Lily, and then put one of these over the top, because most swimming pools will ask you to double nappy newborns, and understandably, because explosive, you know. But the issue is, this one, no, not that one. This one is a medium. I'm pretty sure that's 3 to 6 months, which she's already in. So unless lockdown finishes soon, she's not going to get any use out of this one. To be fair, I got these for 99p plus postage on eBay, so it wasn't that bad, and I can sell them on again for probably the same, if not more, depending on how the bidding goes. Because I do love a good eBay. eBay's quite thrilling sometimes. I won some Jules leggings the other day, because Lily has some Jules leggings. They were really nice. They're 0 to 6, so I bid on some 6 to 9 ones, and yeah. Anyway, and these 2 are large, so I'm not sure if she's gonna get any use out of any of these. And then there's the actual swing costume, which I bought it before we knew the gender. It's not very cute, it's very unisex, and Velcro is a bit annoying. It is nice and soft on the inside. I wish I had just not bought any swim stuff until I knew what was going to happen with COVID by the time we actually had the baby, because obviously lockdown had basically only just started when I found out I was pregnant, and I think we were all just like sort of hoping that it would blow over really quickly, and obviously now it's almost a year later and it hasn't. But yeah, haven't needed swimming stuff, costumes or nappies or otherwise. So yeah, wish I hadn't bought those. That's all my newborn product regrets, and yeah, thank you for watching. Like I said, you might swear by some of these products and love them and all that, but I mean, some of them, like the carrier, is more just tips. Just, you know, do your research before buying a carrier. I wish I did. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you found that helpful, and I will be doing a newborn essentials soon, but obviously she's only 2 months now, so, well, 2 months and like 1 week. So in a few weeks time I will do a 0 to 3 months essentials video, which will obviously include all of the things that I don't regret buying or being gifted or anything. And yeah, cheers, I'll see you in the next video, bye.